stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thanks for coming, everybody. We moved our meetings to 6 o'clock, and so far we've been getting good feedback about that. Roll call, please.
Mark Bouchard.
Here.
Maureen Bory.
Here.
Joanne Shirkey.
Here.
Artie Bryson.
Here.
Christy Hildman.
Here.
Chris O'Regan.
Here.
Cindy Valentine here.
All right, looks like we are all here. Bills payable, I will entertain a motion. 2 motions.
I will make a motion for bills payable in the amount of $170,174.64.
Support.
Okay, we have motion and support. Any discussion?
I have a quick question.
Sure.
How come our water's so high this month? We're averaging between 46 and 49 G. I look back historically for the last few years. It's
Actually, it's our busiest month, isn't it, for water?
This quarter, the next.
Yeah, this next couple months are our busiest month for water.
And it actually has a credit from the look back on it as well.
Yeah.
So it's actually even probably a little bit more than that, but we had a credit.
And even though it's been wet of late, the drier it is like we were 2 months ago, the more water people use.
And if you're comparing it to the same time
Last year
it
and
would
the
be
year
that we had
before.
less of a credit.
Look back credit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
it's
jumped
our
out as
it's our
usually
busiest
between
quarter.
46 and 49 grand.
Yep.
Just jumped out at me as really high.
Yep, I actually have all the bills for the last fiscal year I just pulled. If you want to stop in my office and take a look at them, I pulled them for the audit.
That's the only question I had.
Okay. All right, anything else? Roll call, please.
Maureen Bory.
Yes.
Joanne Shirkey.
Yes.
Artie Bryson.
Yes.
Christy Hilton.
Yes.
Chris O'Regan.
Yes.
Cindy Valentine, yes. Mark
Motion?
Bouchard.
Yes.
Nope. Motion now passes. Okay, entertain a motion for our second bills payable.
No,
No?
that's just the PDF for it.
The what?
That's just the PDF attachment when it goes online.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I was wondering what that was. Hey, next we got the supervisor's report.
And there's only one of those two.
It's too bad. Too bad there's only one.
Showing a single page.
Yeah. Okay. I must say, since our last meeting, we had 2 torrential big, downpours, multi-day downpours.
Sure.
And our water did spike up about 7-8 inches.
Back by me, it's up.
Yeah, it's up. So, but, this time of year it should start falling, but I know up north, in fact, it went up today, what, 2 inches, John? It went up today 2 inches, and we didn't get any rain. It was from the rain that they got up north. So it should start falling here soon at the regular, as it usually does this time of the year. So Flamingo Bridge project is back on track.
Yay.
We did receive all the materials needed, and they got all the wood deck completed, and they're working on the approaches now. We're hoping that they will have the new bridge in service sometime around August 1st, and then the whole project complete the end of August. Now it's weather dependent and everything else, but after they get the new bridge in service, they got to pull out the old bridge and do restoration and cleanup and that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's going good. I must admit now. As usual, we're dealing with a lot of building and blight issues. One thing that we are really working on hard is the old Big River Grill, to have that structure removed, and we started the process of it, and we've been in talks with the owner. He's telling us he's gonna voluntarily remove it. So that's gonna save us probably 50, 60 grand that will free up to work on other structures. So That's a good thing. I know we had a court case today on Stark Road, which they gave the property owner 45 days to correct the situation. If not, we can. And we got some more pending things coming up. So definitely a lot of stuff in the pipeline. We're trying to negotiate a new collective bargaining with MAFF, and we are actually going to mediation tomorrow on that. Hopefully we can get a resolution with that. The bike path project behind the state park that goes up to Roberts Road from the end of Michigan, that's done. And I'm working on, there's a grant and available that we're working on. It's through the Wilson Foundation. The MDOT will pay for 2/3 of a bike path on a state road, but we would be responsible for 1/3. And we got the engineering done to get us from Elgnet to Ira Township with a bike path. And there's a little bit about it in our packet. But our share would be $2.1 million estimated. Now, the cool thing is there's a grant available. It'll pay for 100% of our 2.1 million for that, and I'm hopefully going to apply and get that. So there'll be more on that coming up. Had some initial talks with Tri-Hospital, and I'm sure we'll have another. They're concerned with the service agreement going forward in the next 18 months. Basically, they're looking for some other funding source other than what they have now. And there'll be a lot of discussion on that going forward. I just want to let the board know. And a lot going, we got a lot of PCE projects. I was in their office for about 2 hours today. Our Harson's Island Nature Park, we got the wetland study done. And that also includes a birding platform that we hopefully will have a grant for. This group's gonna pay for one in St. Clair County and one in Macomb County. I challenged them to find a better place in St. Clair County than where we're at, and they haven't. But we're actually have a meeting tomorrow with Eagle to go over our footprint and see if they agree with our wetland study so we can go forward with the engineering and implement our design. So we have a meeting with them tomorrow. So once we get feedback from them, we'll be going full blast there. We have initial designs for the public bathroom at the Pearl Beach Pier. And we're having talks about, the county road abandoning the end of Pearl Beach, the road to the township. And I think we can do this just administratively. I was talking to the head of the road commission today, and there's a couple of easements we have to worry about, and but it should be not a big problem. And I'll have estimates of the bathrooms by next week for the DDA. This will be a DDA project. They'll be paying for that. But once I get the footprint, we'll turn it over to the planning commission and let them beat it up a little bit. So, because we're going to put a fence on the west side of the property and the bathrooms. So we're going to move it actually closer down towards the pier. Let's see. We're still waiting for a marine contractor to install the hoist for the handicap, the boat that's going to run out of the pier. And project control will be starting the engineering on our water main replacement project. So lots of work going on. We're doing the study on if it makes sense for bonding out our MERS liability. And we're actually, I've talked to those guys, and we're waiting on some more information from MERS on that. But they think it will be a big benefit to Clay Township for many years going forward if we do this, and we'll be having more talks with that, with all kinds of reports for you to look at. I don't know if you noticed, but down by the PB Fishing Pier, the new sign's installed. And I think, John, we have to put one more piling there just to make it so it looks solid. You can't see the blue pipe. I don't know, if we don't have it, let me know. I'll get a couple more piling. The actual piling was donated from Champion Sauter Ferry. They're old ferry dock pilings that we,
Historic.
yeah, they're very historic, that Grandpa Champion put in, that we were able to use. And we're waiting for some manila rope. We ordered that, John?
Yeah.
To wrap it with, so it looks better. I got a lot of compliments about that. Corner of Nook and Fruit. I don't know, about 2 months ago, we had some complaints that it's not a four-way stop. I brought it to the attention of the road commission. At that time, they weren't interested in making a four-way stop, but they did put some safety signs where on Fruit, basically saying that Nook does not stop, so you gotta really pay attention to the stop sign type thing. Since then, we got 2 more accidents. So those signs aren't working, and I think in the last 3 years, we've had about 18. And so those talks are up again. There's a couple citizens that are really pounding it, and I know they were doing a speed study. Have you heard from that, Mike?
No.
Or,
The study, they were still continuing.
right, a speed study and some other stuff, so I'm not sure where that's at. But, I mean, we've had quite a few accidents there the past 3 years. I think something needs to change. So anyhow, that's happening. Everyone in the office, we started our work on our audit. It's always fun for us. I wanted to tell the board that Bonnie Campbell, our assistant assessor, actually passed her test for level 2 assessing. She'll be getting her certificate in the mail soon, is that right? And so that's good news. I know that's not a fun test to pass, and congratulations to Bonnie. Music in the park has moved to Clay, and it's going great. The concession stand that we have is open in the park, I think 5-6 days a week. From I believe it's closed on Monday, but it's open from noon to 5-ish. But if there's an event going on or something fun, they definitely stay open longer. And I must admit, I've eaten there 2 or 3 times, and I have no complaints. Pub burger, I can handle that pretty good. So it's for $3.
What do you call it?
It's a pub burger. It's a little hamburger with cheese on it, and yeah, it's good, and they have all kinds of other stuff. So excited about that. Jobby Nooner was a washout. Too bad, so sad. And but the first responders have been very busy since then. That's for sure. I talked to George. The fire department's pace of hitting like 1,400 calls this year, and I can remember way back 3 years ago, we thought 1,000 was busy for it. It's just getting busier and busier every year. And I just want to say too, and you know, next year in May, actually, Clay Township turns 200 years old. And I'm looking for ideas and things to celebrate it. I actually sent an email to the Elgnet Clay Historical Society, thinking we should put a committee together maybe and brainstorm. And you know, I'd like to have a celebration, but I'd like to do something substantial that commemorates that will be here for years. I don't know. We can do a statue of Chrissy here. Or something, but
That's not a good idea.
no, not a good idea. I'd like to have something. I'm just looking for ideas and stuff right now. So, And that's all I got. That wasn't too bad, was it?
Not bad at all.
Not too bad. You always say that, but then next meeting you'll be. All right, that's done. Public comments. Do we have any public comments? Any public, no? No?
Oh, you guys have been awful chatty over there since we started.
Yeah. Really? I have to get my gavel ready here. Okay, no public comments. Moving right on. Consent agenda. I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda consisting of the board meeting minutes of 6/21/2021, 6/30/2021, check reports, and communication from Tri-Hospital EMS on 7/12, and Road Watch the week of July 19th, 2021.
Support.
Okay, a motion and support. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor of the consent agenda as presented signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone oppose? Okay, motion passes. Next, we have our fire chief report from our world-famous George Rose.
Hey Cindy, what's the Wi-Fi password again? Marketing?
Do you want me to move this
For
this way?
Wi-Fi?
Yeah,
You know?
I got it.
Oh, you got it?
I just guessed on that. I don't know.
You found it.
Figured out later. I didn't find it. I got it into something else.
Oh. The Wi-Fi password, yeah.
there it is.
Clay Township Park. Quite the contrary to what I've been reading. Okay. Well, I'll get it later.
Okay, George.
Good evening, Chief's report for June 2021. During the month of June, I attended 3 meetings. The St. Clair County Flats Association meeting, the St. Clair County Chiefs Association, and also one with the Coast Guard and other agencies planning the last strategy for Jobby Nooner in June. We started getting our new equipment in for our new equipment in for our new trucks that we ordered. Hope to have them in service by the end of July. I did have somebody come in and look at the old fire truck that we have now, and we got a quote, a bid on it for $15,000. So hopefully, once we get our trucks in sale or in service, we can sell that truck, and they'll give us $15,000 for that.
And we did sell the old tanker, right?
Yes, we did.
For,
Yep. Yep, we got rid of that.
That one's gone.
The radio was installed in the airboat, so that's up, and I'm just waiting for a quote. Actually, I did get the quote, and we did have them letter the airboat, so that's pretty much in service, marked, and the radio's on it. We're just going to do some training on it and get ready for the winter months and for the fall if we need it.
I'm sorry, George. When do you think we'll be ready to sell the old airboat?
I would say probably at the end of August.
Okay.
Yep, so. Jobby Nooner was canceled due to severe rain, thank God. And I would like to thank the Brysons, Mr. and Mrs. Brysons, for allowing us to use their property for staging up for that day. We were gearing up for the 4th of July, and we also assisted Algonac with 2 events, the fireworks standby and also a fishing contest. Excuse me, and all fire department equipment's in service. That's it.
Any questions for George? It's been busy, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. We had 17 runs on 4th of July. So, 17
Yep.
calls.
I did see you in the parade, though.
Yes,
17 runs and a parade.
and a parade. Yep. That was a good parade.
Oh, good.
Everybody liked our fire trucks, too.
Yeah.
They paid us a
We're
lot of
talking about 'em.
compliments. So, very
Yeah.
proud of
Very
that.
nice.
So,
Should be proud of them.
yep.
All right.
Thank
Do we,
you.
hey, George, do we charge Elgnac for standing by for their fireworks or doing their fishing
No, we don't.
standby?
No,
Just
it's
an
part of the-
in-kind community donation, basically?
Yep,
Okay, thanks.
yep.
Yep, thank you.
Thanks, Chief.
All right, moving right along. New business. We have the Elgnet Water Plant filtration improvements. We actually did hear this a while ago and wanted to get more information on it and more bids, but we were unable to get any bids, so It's back to question again. We have to, we have so many days to approve this or deny it with Algonac, and if we remain silent, it automatically it gets approved, so.
Is there anyone here from the engineering company or the bid company or Algonac for
No,
this?
no. So,
This part of the roofing as well?
yes. You know, Chris, he got,
Didn't we get another bid on that? Is that the bid that's in here now?
Yes,
yeah.
It is?
yes.
Okay, so it's quite reduced then?
No,
No?
no, not, when you say quite, it's kind of a relative term. It's slightly lower, Mark. It's slightly lower. It's a company that I have a lot of faith in. However, after discussing with their project managers and their engineers, this project is pretty expansive. And what happened is when they put that decorative block on top of the 8x8x16 block originally and made that wall taller and decorative, they didn't bond the two. So the two blocks are sitting on each other by a mortar bed instead of being bonded completely. And they're hollow, they're not core filled.
So there's a void in there?
Well, there's a shift. What's happened is it's shifted. So that rear wall, when I say rear wall, the riverside wall of the filtration building is bowing out. It looks like it's warped. It's physically bowed out. So, you know, John and I went over there and we walked the project quite extensively, and we came up with some ideas, and then we contacted some people that were in the industry, and they came up with some ideas, and then Algonac, the city of Algonac, had their engineers send out new bid sheets to the people who did respond. This is a very thorough project. I'll tell you that this could probably be done for about 2/3 of this cost if we just fixed the problem. But engineers wanted to be sure, wanted to make sure that we don't have issues down the road. So I would say that their recommendations are slightly over-engineered and leads to a higher bid, because the bid process and the contractor submitting the bid have to adhere to the request of the engineers. You know, we want X, Y, and Z, and therefore you better quote X, Y, and Z. So that's where we're at.
So the issue is going to be resolved with this bid package?
Correct.
Okay, so it's going to carry us through the next 25 years?
It should be more. It's all CMU. And they're gonna put probably an EPDM roof on it. So, yeah, it should be more than that, Mark.
Okay.
It should be more than that. Yep, they're also introducing, I believe, some additional drainage system. They're working the ISO board underneath. They're redesigning the parapet walls. This is a pretty extensive project where a roofer could come out, and if you and I hired a roofer, could probably get this done for about 40 grand. But they're digging in much deeper into the root of the issues.
Let's get the whole thing done. It's my
Yeah,
opinion.
and that's why we're looking at this.
So their bid or the quote, it's not to exceed $136,101.10.
You say that again, Artie? I didn't.
So based on the above,
Right
the
here, the
total
money.
budget for the improvements, including contingency and costs for construction engineering, is not to exceed the maximum of $136,101.10.
I don't know about that 10 cents, but whatever.
Should be less contingencies.
So does anyone want to make a motion, or what's the board's pleasure?
And just to point out, Clay's portion is 64.4741%,
Right.
which is only $87,749.96.
I'm glad you figured that out. So you're right,
That's our
How
cost.
much? 87?
I thought we were at 62.5 for.
87,749.96.
Oh, it
Is that
floats.
the not to exceed
Capital?
136 level?
Yes.
Should read it again.
Linda said it varies.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that was
So
the,
that-
that was the last calculation they sent us.
Right.
That was our percentage.
So
Okay.
that's the actual figure for Clay Township, then, 87,000?
Yes.
And we've had several engineers or quotes on that project complete, or just the one from what we have here?
Just this one, right?
Just the one that we have.
No, these are the low bidders.
Oh, yeah, that's a low
This is
bid.
the low bidder, so I'm aware of, I believe, three.
Right.
Okay.
I believe three, all qualified, highly qualified. And I think they went with the low bidder. And they're gonna have to,
Well, as far as the work is concerned, I'm in agreement that it needs to be done, and I'm comfortable with it being done. I'll make a motion to approve the Algonac Water Plant Filtration Building Improvement Systems for the tune of $136,101.10. Clay's portion is 64.474% of that award.
support.
Okay, I have motion support. Any more discussion?
I'd just like to add one more thing that's pretty relevant. If we're thinking about approving this today, and we want to get this work done this year, then it should probably come from this meeting or the next meeting, because there is a back order of demand for the ISO board. That's the rigid foam insulation they put under the EPDM or whatever product they're going to use. But that's 6, 8, sometimes 12 weeks out right
Yeah,
now.
they pinged me today about it.
It's very, very difficult to find that stuff because the manufacturers aren't keeping up with demand. So if we really want to get this building fixed before the weather starts to turn on us, we should probably approve this evening.
I would also add, I want to give thanks to Chris because, this is up his realm of expertise, and we called him up and have him take a look at it, and he took a lot of time out of his busy schedule for, he climbed up on the roof and showed contractors it and everything else, so kudos to you, Chris. So,
Thanks.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I was elected.
yeah. I voted for you, Chris.
Just doing my job.
I voted for you because of that.
Thanks.
I want to see you up on a ladder.
Yeah, I was, 3 times.
All right, any more discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Joanne Shirkey.
Yes.
Artie Bryson.
Yes.
Christy Hilton.
Yes.
Chris O'Regan.
Yes.
Cindy Valentine, yes. Mark Bouchard.
Yes.
Maureen Bory.
Yes.
All right, motion passes. All right, next, we have the Elgnet Clay contribution, 5,000, or library contribution of $5,000. This is a yearly thing that we do in partnership of with Elgnac. It's a budgeted item under the line item that's there. And that's before us today, so.
I'll make a motion, Board, that we approve the Algonac Clay Library contribution, the amount of $5,000, coming from line item 101-790-965.
Support.
Motion and support. Any discussion? For those, how it works, Elgnac owns the property, but Elgnac and Clay together own the building. And this goes towards the maintenance of that building. And then if they ever have any other special projects or anything, every once in a while, I know recently they put new carpeting in, so we took that money out and did that project with them and stuff. So that's what it's about. So we have motion and support. Any more discussion? All in favor of the $5,000 for the Elgnet Clay library contribution, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have our cemetery resolution, 2021-20. And we're amending the cemetery ordinance. Cindy's got more of a knowledge of that, but the big thing is we're transferring, instead of deeds, we're doing certificates.
Basically, it's an update in the language
Yeah.
from when it was originally done in, 1920 20-something.
Yeah.
You know, there was language about horses and chickens being in the cemetery that we
You wonder who
Kinda-
got mad at
kind of got rid of, and
back then, there's some,
primarily it's updated to certificate instead of deeds, so nobody tries to build a shed on their lot.
Right.
Because, you know, as language has changed over the years, people hear they have a deed and they think they can actually do something with that piece of property. The cemetery deeds just gives them the right to burial, so we changed everything over to certificate. But I'll make a motion so we can continue discussing to adopt Resolution 2021-20 for Ordinance 3, Amendment 2 for cemetery operations.
Support.
yeah, motion and support.
Okay, I have a question. Is it gonna cost the township any more money than what it's currently paying?
No. No, we're just updating the language.
Okay. That's all I wanted to know.
Yep.
Have we updated our fee schedule?
That's
We will
next.
soon,
Okay.
right after this.
Oh, thank you.
We, I always, you know, I read the old ordinances and they say, oh, you can't let chickens and horses. You wonder back then who was letting their horses run around there.
Not around the cemetery?
Many ordinances for the cemetery.
So,
Really?
any more discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Artie Bryson,
Yes.
Kristi Hilton,
Yes.
Chris O'Regan.
Yes.
Cindy Valentine, yes. Mark Bouchard.
Yes.
Maureen Bory.
Yes.
Joanne Shirkey.
Yes.
All right, motion passes. Next, we have Resolution 2021 to amend the charges for cemetery lots. It's been a long time since we looked at this, and we called around to see where we were in comparison of other communities, and we were way, way, way low. And so we have a new fee here, and I have the old ones, and basically they're going up $100. Some are more, some are a little less.
The lot price didn't technically go up at all.
No.
And
Interment
anything else that went up was driven by rising costs.
Yep, interment went up, and we have in the budget to build a new columbarium. And those fees with the new columbarium, if we sold them all at this fee, we'd be losing like a chunk of dough, so we raised it up, so we're not. Like I know this year, this new budget to make it balance, I think we have to, this budget is put in like $9,000 from the general fund towards the maintenance of the cemetery, and it should pay for itself. So it's always hard to budget how many people are gonna be using this services, quite honestly, but yeah, I mean, it's basically up, maybe an average of $100 on some of the stuff staying the same, so. But,
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2021-21 to amend charges for cemetery lots, columbarium units, and interment at Oaklawn Cemetery.
okay, we have motion and support.
What are the burial plots being increased to for township residents? I mean, what was it before?
$600.
Pardon?
$600.
It's going up to 600, it was 5.
But overall, it was 6, because we would have to, previously, we charged a perpetual care fee.
Yes,
That we are no longer required by law to charge. So, in lieu of that, it's going to the cemetery, but it was still overall the same price.
So if a Clay Township resident wants to have a burial plot and they can't
$600.
afford it, can they approach the township?
They can do a 6-month payment plan if they want.
Okay. Thank you.
yep. Okay, any more discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Kristi Hilton.
Yes.
Chris O'Regan.
Yes.
Cindy Valentine, yes. Mark Bouchard.
Yes.
Maureen Bory.
Yes.
Joanne Shirkey.
Yes.
Artie Bryson.
Yes, motion passes. Okay, next, I have the St. Clair County Regional Trails Governing Board Memorandum of Understanding. Basically, as I mentioned in my supervisor's report, we've been doing a lot of work in engineering. If you go to the last page of the drawing, it's not real clear, but from Elgnac basically to St. John's Drive, or a little bit before that, the bridge before that, they are proposing separated, if the top picture, a separated bike path. It'll be a 4-foot green space with a separated bike path along M29. And then, once we get over by the Dyke Road, it would be the second drawing down, 14B. It would be attached shoulder. There'll be a paved area as no man's land for safety, and then the bike path. This is all engineered out, and like I mentioned, my supervisor's report, MDOT will pay for 2/3 of the bike path, and that still leaves a chunk of dough that the locals would have to come up with. And this Charles Wilson Foundation realizes that, you know, that's a chunk of dough that these locals probably can't and won't match. And so they're actually, the grant we're seeking is to actually pay for our share of the MDOT grant, if that makes sense. So the Clay Township portion is like 6.3 million. There'd be a 2.1 million match, and we're applying for a 2.1 million grant for the match. In here, they're looking for, and it's not all here, but they're looking for, there's roles and responsibilities. There's the Regional Trail Governing Board, and they will go and try to seek grants for, this is for maintenance. Basically, they want to know, okay, if they give us the $2 million and MDOT gives us the $6 million, we will help maintain it in the future. 15, 20 years from now, it would probably need some attention. And the Friends of the St. Clair River agreed to help get grants and funding for doing that, and so does the Regional Trail Governing Board. They just want to know that Clay Township would also be on board on help maintaining this in years future. In other words, they don't want to put $6,000 worth of work and say, well, okay, we're not going to help you, maintain it going forward. And I don't blame them for that.
6 million, you mean?
Yeah. So, to maintain the
Right.
trails, so.
Makes sense.
So I'd like to be able to sign this.
When are we gonna know if we can get the 2.1 million though?
It's in a process. This project, if everything goes right, I don't know what's anywhere, 3-4 years away.
We've got deadlines in the fall and the spring.
Right, to do our grants, for our grants. Yeah, we have deadlines, we have to have it all in this winter. But the actual shovels in the ground, we're probably looking at, realistically 2-3 years. But we gotta get all our ducks in a row. The engineering's done for it, which is paid for by another grant from the Wilson Foundation. So they're pretty committed to making this happen. So they just wanna make sure we're on board.
I'll make a motion to approve the St. Clair County Regional Trails Memorandum of Understanding for the Bridge to Bay Trail Governance and Management.
Support.
Okay, motion and support, any discussion?
Will that impact the proposed wildlife DNR refuge?
No, it'd probably
hunting
enhance it.
area?
It'd probably enhance it. The actual trail will be on the south and west side of it, but, we're connecting assets.
And that's DNR property on the west side?
Right.
Okay.
Right, well, it's on both sides of the DNR down there. So,
I think this is fantastic.
oh, yeah.
I can hardly wait. There's so many people that would, I mean, this will be a very popular trail to use.
It would be a 54-mile trail, is that right, Cindy?
Yes.
54-mile trail.
Layers.
And eventually they want to take it down Palms Road too and connect to the big one that goes across,
That'll be county line.
right, county line. And so you could literally, once that's done, ride your bike from here to Grand Rapids to Lake Michigan
Or the UP.
or the UP.
So I want to connect with that one, what, out of Richmond?
Yeah.
32 in Maine there?
Right.
And-
Voca?
And strictly for non-motorized vehicles?
Right, I mean, it's for bikes.
Okay. Well, they're riding them everywhere now, so.
Oh, yeah. And I read a study too where if you have a trail that's, it's gotta be at least 40 miles long, it attracts a lot more of these big biking tours. And they have a pretty good economic impact on everything. on
Communities, yeah.
in communities, so I think it's an awesome thing. I've been, remember when I first got into all the SEMCOG meetings I'd go to about bike paths and, meetings and meetings, I mean, just tons of. And it's starting to come to reality,
A lot of bikers on the island.
yeah. So, I'm excited
And I
about
read
it.
that today, that's the secondary loop.
Right.
The island.
The island is the secondary loop.
It's wonderful, there's so many money budgeted for it, so much
Yep.
money.
I mean, we gotta take advantage of it. It's a non-matching grant, so how do you say no? They basically
Right,
say, you
give it
know.
all, 100%.
So, yeah, we're gonna agree to, manage it well. I think they know we're good stewards, so.
Right.
Okay, we have motion and, support. Anything else? Roll call.
Krista Regan.
Yes.
Cindy Valentine, yes. Mark Bouchard. Maureen Bory.
Yes.
Joanne Shirkey.
Yes.
Artie Bryson.
Yes.
Christy Hilton.
Yes.
All right, next we have two work orders from St. Clair County for culvert repair. One is Taft Road and Muskrat Run. And there's another one on Falkert that's failing 364, or 3,640 feet south of Holland. So it's at 2/3 of a mile.
Is that we had a culvert down there replaced not too long ago. Is it the same culvert?
No,
No.
nope. It is not.
I didn't know there was two culverts on Falkert.
Yep. So
I don't know, is it over by the pit?
I think so.
I
that where it
do,
is?
yeah, I think so.
I
There's
think
a
it comes
bump.
across by the pit right there
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yep.
Yep.
You know where that is, Mark?
Yeah, I do. It must be a small one.
I would think so.
18-inch.
Given the amount, it seems like it might be a quick repair.
Yeah. So we got these two. We're gonna have a couple more coming up, but I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the St. Clair County Road Commission work orders for $15,592.
Support.
Okay, motion and support. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Cindy Valentine, yes. Mark Bouchard.
Yes.
Maureen Bory.
Yes.
Joanne Shirkey.
Yes.
Artie Bryson.
Yes.
Christy Hilton.
Yes.
Krista Regan.
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. Next, since this is our first meeting of the new fiscal year, we have a bunch of maintenance renewal contracts. For the police, we have Lexipol, World System, ID Networks, which is the heart or the guts of the document retention over in dispatch. So we got 4 of them. Mike, you want to say anything on these, or does anyone have any questions I should ask?
Any increases on any of these, Mike?
No, we have not seen any increases. We had one that they tried, but, after a few phone calls, we were able to keep it the same.
Well, you threatened them, okay, good.
I know you guys.
Handcuffs do that.
Perfect.
That's all in the budget, right?
Yeah.
Board, I'll make a motion to approve the annual renewals for Clay Township PD in the amount of $23,723.
Support.
Okay, motion and support, any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Mark Bouchard,
Yes.
Maureen Bory,
Yes.
Joanne Shirkey,
Yes.
Artie Bryson,
Yes.
Christy Hilton,
Yes.
Chris Reed.
Yes.
Okay,
Cindy
motion-
Valentine, yes.
Whoop. Okay, now it passes.
Forget about Cindy.
Yeah, I know, sometimes jumping the gun here. All right, next, same thing for the fire. We have Lexipol, annual, renewals. We've been getting good feedback from this Lexipol program, haven't we? For the training and,
That and the policy updates, I mean, they've been keeping us up to date on any policy changes.
right.
So, we're
Is,
doing real nice.
is our insurance company helping us out on these,
They did last year.
They did
I
last
don't know
year.
if it's an annual.
on the original?
I was gonna reach back out.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good question, because before they paid for, was it half or 25%? I think it was 25%. I think it was 25%. But, hey, if you want, I can do that with Steve, at Nickel and Saf.
Yeah, please.
So make a note of myself, call Steve. Okay, I'll entertain a motion if,
Board, I'll make a motion to approve the Clay Township Fire Department annual renewals for the Lexipol services in the amount of $9,566.
Support.
okay, a motion and support. Any discussion? Hearing none, how much is, oh, I gotta do that. It's not a contract. So, no discussion, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, motion carries. Next, we have, a mounting system, for our new fire trucks that George would like to purchase. You wanna come up and talk to the board, George?
Good evening. I'm requesting permission from the board to purchase, it's a pack track mounting system. It's for all our equipment for our new fire trucks. It meets NFPA 1901, which all equipment is supposed to be mounted in the truck and not in a loose state, which we are now. If we were to get in an accident or anything, everything would go flying. So this would secure all our equipment safely, and it also would protect it for future by being mounted and in one place, so it's not moving around in the truck as we're going down the road. And this is for both trucks, and I believe there's also a couple pieces of equipment we're gonna put on engine one over that we have on the island to secure. And that would be the chainsaws, the pike poles, fittings, jaws, all that.
What I like about this is if something's missing,
We know about it.
boom, it's obvious.
Yep.
So that's what I really like about it.
Well, and you're always so organized over there, so.
Who's gonna
just helps
install it?
organization.
We are.
I'm all for it.
Want to make a motion, Maureen?
Thank you.
I make a motion to approve the fire department PAC tool mounting systems in the amount of $5,581.75.
Support.
Okay, we have motion and support. Any more discussion? Been getting a lot of compliments on the new trucks. This will make it very professional looking.
Right?
I'm excited.
Very nice.
Any more discussion? Hearing none. All in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, George. Okay, that's all we have on our new business. Board member comments. Cindy?
Well, I just want to give congratulations to Bonnie on her MCAO, correct? Level 2 certification. I know she's been working hard the last 6 months. And I want to thank John and Lance at the DPW. There was a minor crisis at the splash pad today. All the kids were losing their mind because the water wasn't coming on, and they got her fixed in about 10 minutes, so. That's all I got.
We heard all the kids go, yay!
Oh, yes, they did. Every single one of them was screaming as soon as the water came out of something. They were so excited. It was hot today.
Yeah.
That was a very popular spot to be.
It was today, yeah. That concession stand should have been open. They'd have made a bank over there.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm gonna give one of my little PSAs. I'm driving around town like the rest of y'all. You know, you keep your eyes open and you're always trying to do the right thing. So the last couple of trips around town, I keep finding these stray dogs. These dogs they're just in, the last one was on Field Road. I'm trying to go to Kroger, and there's a dog running right down the middle of the road. At first, I thought it was a possum. It was just a little tiny Chihuahua-looking dog. So, you know, the police department, our Clay Township Police Department, they have a chip scanning device right there at their department. So today's PSA is to encourage pet owners to get their dogs chipped. It's a little electronic chip. It goes, I think, right under their skin, right on the neck. It's a small little incision. It heals up really, really quick. It doesn't ever bother the dogs. But if your dog gets out, Clay Township can help them, or St. Clair County can help them, and you can get your dog returned to you very quickly. It's a really neat service. I got to see it firsthand. I support the service and just trying to make the public aware of such great tools.
What do they charge for it?
That will do it.
It's not very much. I hesitate. My vet did mine for free, but he's a friend.
Are they waterproof?
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes
They're
under your
inside.
skin.
Their inside
Yep.
skin, yeah.
It's like a little grain of rice.
Yep.
I got a
So do
question
the
for Mike
dogs.
then, on that issue. When you find a dog at large, do you issue a ticket? Dog at large?
Generally, no, and it depends on circumstances. If it's a reoccurring thing, then we take
Okay.
different steps.
All right,
But
good enough.
Let's face it, I mean, we've all been there.
It happens, yeah.
That's all I have.
Okay. Chrissy?
Summer tax bills were mailed the last day of June, so I know we've had some people call and say that they haven't received their bill yet, or they just received their bill, but keep in mind that the mail, especially if the bill's being forwarded, the mail is a little unpredictable right now. So if you haven't received your bill and you need it, you can always call, we can email it, we can mail out another copy if it didn't go to the right address. And the summer tax is due September 14th.
Well, on that same note, Christie, I think we need to remind them that when they're mailing a check back, it can also take longer than expected,
Yes.
so
I
mail it
put
early if you're gonna mail it.
10 business days on there, but, I mean, especially if they're in another state, we've seen it take a month. So, don't wait till the last minute.
Or they can pay online, right?
They can pay online, they can pay over the phone, yes.
Lots of options.
Thank you. Mark?
Planning Commission, last Planning Commission was June 23rd. The Stone Road rezoning application has been postponed until next month. The South Channel rezoning has been approved. That's part of the Old Club. And I'd like to compliment the entire board for all the hard work that they do. And Clay Township has a great opportunity as far as different entities coming into this township. It just keeps on going and going, and we keep on growing and growing. So my compliments to the board for getting all this stuff on the board, and especially Artie. He's the lead pack here, so.
Oh,
And
shucks.
congratulations to the police department, the fire department, the water department, the assessor, not so much the assessor department, and the building department. And the assessing department. Thank you.
Boy, you're a suck-up today.
My dog's at large, what can I say?
Maybe we ought to put a chip on Mark.
Oh, we'll know where to find him.
Yeah.
The nearest go.
Maureen?
I think think it's been said. No comments from me.
Okay, you were at Music in the Park last week.
Oh, those concerts are amazing. I highly recommend everybody show
That
up.
band on the island,
They were terrific.
They were off the hook.
Jim McCarty, he's played with a lot of famous bands.
Oh, yeah,
They're
Mitch
very
Ryder.
talented. Detroit Blues Band, yep,
Yeah, for sure.
good times.
Joanne?
Okay, instead of, Chris sees dogs running down the middle of the road, on the island, I see,
Muskrats.
yeah, turkeys,
Yeah,
peacocks,
deer.
yeah. But I also see lots of young kids driving golf carts, four-wheelers, with the father sitting next to them, and they can't even see over the steering wheel, and they're flying right down M-154. And I would encourage the parents to not use that as a
Playground?
no, as a learning situation. Go over to a church parking lot or the Lions or something like that and teach them to drive it. It just grinds me when I see that.
I agree. I see it all
See
too
it?
often.
Yeah.
Even these kids, I know they don't even have I don't know, they're under 16, maybe under 12, driving
Yeah.
these little
Yeah.
Golf carts.
Yeah.
it's crazy.
It's just, and the reason is because it's very unsafe, very, very unsafe.
And it's an M road too, correct?
Yeah.
It's an M road.
It's an M road, so technically
Yes.
it's illegal to
Yes.
ride your off-road vehicle on any of the M roads.
That's right.
They do have a mile egress.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can-
they do,
They do.
from town?
Yes. Well, you have a mile to egress and cross, according to our ordinance.
Gotcha.
But they're just going chewing right down the road.
But they should only be doing 25, for sure.
Right.
Anything beyond that is definitely
And it
illegal.
should be yielding to other traffic.
And they shouldn't be 8 years old.
And the dad shouldn't be drinking the beer next to the kid.
Child endangerment.
Yeah. All right, thank you, Joanne. Congrats to Bonnie. I know she studied hard on this, on that certification, and, summer's in full swing, and, you know, boy, we get a lot of out-of-towners here, and their judgment is not that great all the time, so we have to not only use good judgment to ourselves, but also use good judgment to protect us from the visitors who don't know what, well, I'll just leave it at that. And also, I wanted to mention too, there's a lot of fraud scams going on. I know they hit the police department, a lot of investigations, and either over the phone or through emails, all that kind of stuff. Be careful. If it's too good to be true, you know what?
It is.
It is. So I want to warn people on that, and if they have a question on something, call the police. Steve will set them right.
Absolutely.
If it is or not. Let's see, we are scheduled, I'm gonna start broadcasting it, first week in October. We're gonna do the second, cleanup weekend, for the township. And I have a lot of people asking that. And I also want,
Second weekend of
or I'm sorry, the first weekend, is
In
October
October?
1st and 2nd, yeah. I'm sorry, thank you.
Because someone just called about that.
Yeah, it's the first week in October. It's like October 1st and 2nd, I think.
Friday is the first.
And the Sturgeon Festival is, and tournament is a go. I've been to a couple meetings on that. The actual fishing tournament is gonna be the Saturday, is that the 19th of September? And,
Second and the third, right?
we're gonna have 30-plus boats. And, cool thing is our handicap charter boat, we're gonna give them a free entry
Oh, good.
to the fishing tournament, so that'll be fun. And then they're actually doing the festival, because it's too much work at the same time, the weekend after that in our park. So we'll be doing a beer tent and have the,
Sturgeon?
yeah,
Missed it, okay.
and have the pet or have, we'll capture some sturgeon for people to view and everything like that, and all kinds of events
Sorry, I
going
missed
on.
the proposed dates?
The tournament's the night of the 19th, I believe,
September?
September,
That's Sunday night?
Saturday.
Saturday's
So
the
it's
18th.
18th.
And then the following weekend, the
25th.
25th, 4th, 5th, is the festival.
Okay.
And that'll be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Did you say the 19th of September?
Yeah.
That's a Sunday.
Yeah, I said the 18th, they
18th.
just
The
changed it.
18th, that Saturday, they will be doing the fishing tournament, so,
And then the next weekend is the
right.
festival.
Yep.
And I've been getting questions too about when our meeting on the island's gonna be. Do
Oh,
we have
yeah,
one
I'm
in
glad you
August?
brought it up. I think we can't do any August ones because we have public hearings set. We should schedule maybe the second September meeting over on the island. We would have to do it formally at the next meeting, and one in October too.
They were really hoping for a summer one, but it's not possible in August because of,
We have
Public.
public hearings already set that's published.
It'd
Yeah.
have to be after turkey shoot,
Yeah. Yeah,
after turkey shoot.
So maybe the 20th, September 20th?
so maybe we can do that at our next meeting, make it formal.
Is
Yeah.
the
What
concern
cleanup,
was gonna happen with this
is
COVID
that
right now?
Saturday, Sunday, or Friday, Saturday?
It's Saturday, Sunday on the island, on the mainland it's Saturday.
So it'll be October 2nd and 3rd.
Okay.
so our meeting's in September because of Labor Day. That's the first Monday, so what do we do? Do we just skip it like we did 4th of July and just do?
We do it Tuesday.
Okay, do the 7th, okay.
In June,
7th and
in
the-
June, we passed a resolution with all the meeting dates, so if you go back, I think it was the
All right.
first meeting in June, we did our board meeting dates.
Yeah,
Okay,
So we
7th
listed
and the
all our
20th.
board meetings there.
so
So-
we'll have to amend that to move them
Yes.
on the island.
So it'll probably be the 20th then, I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Because it's the 7th and the 20th, okay.
yeah, I'm glad you reminded me, that was one of the things to do, so.
And then are we talking about the ordinance next meeting, or is it gonna be the middle of
The
August?
the vacation rental is the next meeting in
meeting.
August. And. then
August
we-
2nd,
Then we
okay.
got a bunch of public hearings on the second meeting in August, so,
When we do that meeting on the island, we'll be inside, right?
yes.
Okay,
Lions
good.
Hall.
We did one in the pavilion for COVID.
It's cold.
We had a storm, a thunderstorm, wind,
Lightning?
lightning, power outage,
Medical emergency.
medical emergency, all
Wow.
within like 15 minutes. It was a challenge, but we got through it. All right, anything else? One more motion I'm waiting.
Motion to adjourn.
All right, thank you, and everyone have a safe couple weeks.
Yes, thank you.
Adios.